and she told me something you should know. You're going to know all right. So hang in there. Live from the garden.
We're in the garden.
Surrounded by the sunflower.
Ooh, it looks like we're in Mount Kilimanjaro or something in the background with the clouds and everything.
Don't move around too much. We are deep in the jungles of the forest of the homestead. All right. Oh, my goodness,
So
y'all.
what's going on, everyone?
You guys doing it? 1 week. We missed you guys. I've been busy doing all the stuff. Stacy's got some stuff to tell you guys about. Did you get your sprouts? We're going to talk about those sprouts. Remember last week, if you were here, we talked about the sprouts and how you could grow that powerful food. What's up, Canada?
Yep.
Hey, Michigan, Oklahoma, Tennessee. Good evening. Where y'all been? We've been working on the homestead, girl. Getting ready for the conference. We have our Homesteading Life conference coming up. There's the Murphys. Happy Father's Day to you too, Mr. Murphy. Call him while I'm at the live show. Murphys are awesome folks. They're our friends up in Iowa. The Corn Belt. South Fork, Colorado. Mount Blanch somewhere. Ohio, Blanchard, Ohio. Man, y'all, how are you doing? We love seeing you guys on Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, every Sunday night. And sometimes we're a couple minutes late. Man, that looks, is it a bad connection? How's the connection?
Spinning. I can't even get through.
Oh, your internet's not so hot. Oh boy, let's try to flip the switch on the internet. Man, this is off-grid here going on. Y'all have no idea. Stacy doesn't have any bars on her show right there.
Why not?
And I got bars on my show. So hold on, let me switch this show up so we can get better reception. I'm gonna click on this and that, and over here and over there.
Should I turn mine off?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. Oh, instant cleared up. It's like I had cataract surgery.
Okay. Now are we going to work?
I don't know.
There we go. Now
Man,
I can
Stacy
see us.
could not handle it. I can see you clearly.
So how did you do this again? You push the everyone. What do you push?
Okay, live chat is right there.
Oh. Okay.
Live chat. Now YouTube has, everyone's, I don't know if you guys are noticing all these updates going on your computers, on your smartphones. It used to be we'd get an update maybe once a year, 6 months, something, whatever.
Like every 2 weeks.
Oh, even sooner than that sometimes, especially on laptops.
Yeah, everyone said it's foggy behind us. It looks crazy, doesn't it? When you move, it looks weird.
Yeah, it's this... the chemtrail skies.
Well, we're going through a drought. I guess the governor of Missouri, we have a state of emergency.
We have a state of emergency. Oh, I should have put that in the title. State of emergency.
It is a state of emergency. It is the truth. Where you can take, now the hay farmers and the farmers can use the water from the conservation department from, I guess, state parks and stuff like that if they need it. So it's pretty bad. I mean, all the ponds are literally drying up around here.
And I'm hearing that, all, basically coast to coast right now. So I have some videos coming up this week that I'm actually going to do. And we're going to talk about some of this stuff because it's going to cause you problems if you're not paying attention. And so tonight we're going to talk about some things that Stacy just let me know of.
And we're also being serenaded by my little young turkeys. Can you hear them?
Listen.
Shut up. Did you hear her?
She's over by the elderberry as we scuttle through the wild forest of the garden.
They're getting ready to go back inside.
Yeah, so we just opened the doors on them. We had them in the A-frame coop with some guineas and some feeder...
or some meat birds. I had a bunch of chickens, turkeys, guineas. I had them all in there. And so
we're opening them up and letting them out, and they go back in there at night now. So
they love everyone loves our elderberries around. I would highly recommend that if you guys don't put the elderberries around your coop. They love it because when they grow in the spring and the summer and fall, it's a great place for them to hang out. They just feel safe in there, especially when we let the young ones out. The bigger ones won't pick on them. It's great, and they can run back into the coop. It's just been amazing. I love it.
So it causes cover. It gives them shade. Actually a health benefit because it reduces coccidiosis because they jump up and eat the berries when the berries are being ripened. So that's the main reason why we put them around our chicken area.
And Abigail's doing great.
Yes,
I just gave him some kelp. She's very pushy. She knows her mama.
Okay, you guys. So first off, let's follow up with last week. So we're just a couple minutes in. I know that people like to get right to it. They don't have all this time to waste. I hear it all the time every week on our show here, but this is a live stream, so this is a little more intimate. We like to hang out with you guys and answer questions and let you know what's going on. So we talk a lot more, and it's just a little more, you know, personable.
Yeah.
So hit the thumbs up for the personable. So let's start off with the follow-up. Last week we started the microgreens, barefootmicrogreens.com. And you guys are supposed to be showing us your microgreens after 1 week. Well, some of you are just getting your kit. But we're going to show you, or Stacy's going to tell you the whole thing. I'm not going to say nothing. So here you go.
You know how stuff happens sometimes. So I had my microgreens, and after 3 to 4 days, you know, they grow. You take the top off of it, and then you'll have little bitty, you know, they start to germinate. And they're kind of yellowy because we're going to have to put them in the sun. So I figured, oh, I was cleaning the house, and I figured I'm going to take them out and put them in the greenhouse. So I went in to take them to the greenhouse. And when I did that, so let me back up a little bit. We have a lot of stuff going on in our garden. Like I have a little chicken who just hatched a bunch of eggs.
Yeah, we're growing chickens in our garden.
I got chickens. I got a turkey with chicks. There's lots of stuff going on in here. Well,
we got birds in our thing over here. They're having babies and having little birds in there.
So
this place
have
is lit.
Chickens. The guineas come in here all the time to lay their eggs. They run around. Somebody came in with the microgreens and knocked them all over the ground, all over my rocks and everything.
This is the first I'm hearing of this. I'm waiting for the big show tonight. I'm waiting to see the teapot pushed up.
I was afraid to say anything. So a bunch of them, you see, this is what grew. This is what they should look like. They're green and how they're supposed to, but it fell everywhere. So this is the only part I could save. And then here's the other part that I could save.
So that definitely would not push up the teapot.
Well, no, they did push it up. Everything was great.
That's
but
not enough.
All this stuff,
I know.
It all
I'm just
got
saying
messed up.
That definitely would not push it up.
No, it did too push it up. They were really good until I took them out there, and then it got ruined. So needless to say, this is what happened. And then I went ahead and redid some more.
So she started over. We'll just have to catch up with you next week.
Well, it'll be fine. And you can start to here. Do you want to show the camera? Do you see?
Show the camera. I'll show the people.
Yeah, show the people. They're starting to do their little thing already. See that? They're cute. They're starting to pop. That's just like a day.
So that's the barefoot microgreens experience that we've had so far.
No, I do them all the time, but I just
just this one time when it actually really matters.
I know. How many times does stuff like that happen to you guys? I would do stuff. I'll put stuff in the garden. I burn stuff all the time. Yeah, I put stuff in the greenhouse and things will get in there. I'll even shut the door. They push the door open. I mean, it's just crazy. And just stuff happens, when you really need it.
Carnivore diet's awesome.
The dog ate my
everything
sprouts today.
Yeah, the dog ate your everything.
So
that's
But other than that, I have a nice little patch here that I can use.
So we have this other patch getting ready to go, and we'll try to follow up with you guys on the next live show. But that's barefootmicrogreens.com. Her and her cute little family are so grateful for all y'all that purchased their stuff from her, and she's sending out all the kits and getting going as fast as she can. Pretty soon she'll have seeds and everything else. So
yep, and she's fixed everything with the mailing, and everyone's it's kind of new for a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's just trying the best they can, right? But we won't bring you anybody on here that's going to kind of take advantage of you or anything. So it might take them a second to get going. Sometimes some of these folks, even big corporations that we've dealt with, we've turned you guys on to them, and you guys have crashed their websites and, just made a mess of it all. And they really appreciate that.
I think the chicken wants to be in the video.
She's just trying to figure out what's going on. She might be going
through Sharon's being funny. She says, I left the water on too. And yes, you guys are keeping track.
I'm rolling my eyes over here. She knows. Come on. All right, she just ordered a 10-pound bucket of the Redmond Salt. Yeah, if you guys want to get Redmond Salt or bentonite clay, we can definitely tell you that those are some of the best preps you can get. The Redmond Salt and bentonite clay, it's like every week for sure you should be getting salt and storing it. It does not go bad, and it's, you know, valuable. Like if something does happen, if the grid does go down, you can actually use it for currency. You can use it to preserve your food. You're going to need it for your body because it has all the trace minerals that your body needs.
Should I go get the clay and show?
No, that's a whole other thing. We're just hanging out.
Yeah, the one thing with the clay,
this hazy kind of day. Look at this, the camera, everything. Oh my goodness. Here, hold on. Let me see if I can smudge you guys up a little bit. Oh, look. She's the best mama. Tough as nails she is.
Yeah, and she puffs up big as it can be.
I wish American mamas was like her. Not sending their kid off to crazy public schools and watching over them and just being fierce. Yeah, I say stuff sometimes that you might not like to hear. Isn't that nice, guys? This is why we homestead. I've been hanging out with them all day today. It's been so cool.
They're so cute.
All right, so let me try to fix this smudge here, see if this helps. Hang on now. Let me get something on your nose.
Stay by your mommy, little ones. Aren't they so cute? Now, if they don't know, that is called a mill floor.
Yeah, the mill floor.
A mill fleur. And a mill fleur is a type of a big, oh, do you see? Mama left them and they're squeaking for her to find them.
And she gives them a little chirp and tells them where she's at. Like, I'm over here, y'all. Don't be freaking out. And hopefully she's going to go back into the greenhouse where we built her a nice little crib last night.
I hope she does. That would be nice.
I was hoping so.
Yeah, I put a crate in there. I put a crate in there like her little house. And then when she goes in, I'm going to go ahead and shut the door.
It's a little dog crate.
So it's a mill floor. Absolutely love them. If you're looking for a fun little chicken to add to your flock, they're very hardy. They're great moms, broody moms, just a great looking bird. So I'm very happy. I love them.
I'm giving a thumbs up for the baby chickens.
Yeah, they're just so cute. We just are having so much fun. And come in here and I as you can see, I threw like little food for them. So they're having a good time. So they're having fun.
No, they won't eat the veggies because they can't really even jump up in the beds because we're about 4 high and some of them are 2 high. She is teaching them today how to use their legs a little bit. They got into the one that's 1 high, but they're so small.
They can jump pretty high though.
But they can't really wreak any havoc on our stuff. You know, if you get some Rhode Island Reds or something in your garden, look out. But these little bitty one like her and those little bitty chicks, they're not going to do anything. No big deal.
Oh, Brianne, I just saw, do you still grow Stevia? Anything you would add from your video? I got Stevia right back here. It's funny, my granddaughter, every time she comes to the garden, that's the first place she goes. And she takes a piece and she goes, whoever, this is sweet, try it. But yeah, Stevia is awesome.
Move this teapot.
Take it off?
Yeah. I need to get some more elevation here. Maybe that'll help. Hang on, y'all. Hopefully I won't lose you.
It's gonna work? Ooh,
I'm hoping so.
Look at that.
Hello. I'm trying to give you guys the best experience. I don't know if that's going to help any, but okay.
All right, so wait, we were talking until we got interrupted by the cuteness by the little baby.
Well, thank you. Oh.
All right, so yeah, we were talking about bentonite clay. So yes, the bentonite clay,
very much for your preps. We're talking about how valuable salt is in so many ways.
Yeah, these two go hand in hand. I mean, the bentonite clay is just amazing. Like I've used it, if you have you know, any itching, like for shingles, if people have it, it does help with the pain. I had a really bad cut, you know, on your finger, like I sliced the whole corner off kind of with it, and it was just hurting so bad. And then when I went ahead and, you know, put that on there, it just takes the pain away. If you have a burn, it helps with the burn and healing. You just need to keep it moist. You don't want it to dry. But like poison ivy, it'll help with the itch. So the shingles pain, it could help with the pain. I use it. I know a lot of people, if you do have acne, you can make a mask with it, or just for your health of your skin. It's good for anybody's skin. You can do that and make a mask with it. It's great for mastitis, for animals and humans, just for bites, for just anything. So
mastitis,
it's just, yeah, it's one, yeah. Or like road rash.
Poison ivy. Yeah, like if the kids fall down on the gravel outside, we have gravel driveway or anything. We've actually heard stories where it was really bad, like down in all their body, and they kept
fiberglass shards.
Kept putting it on, and it actually lifted the rocks out of the skin. So
yeah, because you know, with little kids especially, they're like, no, don't touch it, it hurts too bad. This doesn't hurt. And then if you have the jar where you put 2 parts water to 1 part clay, and then you just wipe it on there, it's just amazing that the kids can do it themselves. You're like, okay, you go do it, and you go put it on there. Or if you get a strawberry on your elbow, on your knee, it works out great like that.
Because we keep the paste in a jar all the time. So you guys want to get it and then mix it with your non-city fluoridated tap water that's causing you problems mentally and physically. And then you want to mix it with that good filtered water, Berkey water, Alexa Pure, Zero, whatever, however you're doing it, buying spring water, distilled water, all the selections above. Then we always have that on standby. So then, boom, you put it on there. You could use it for mosquito bites, but what's also good too is like some apple cider vinegar. You guys can make that at home.
Yeah.
Bee stings, you know, that's good for that too.
All these good old-fashioned home remedies.
Hold on, old-fashioned home remedies?
Yes.
That sounds like a book.
It does, doesn't it?
What is it? You have something else to say?
About the book? I think you got it. You can maybe get it now if you want.
You can get the pre-sale of your book?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm leaving the link in the description here. It's on the shop tab at Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. Plus, I'm leaving it right here for you guys. We are now releasing Stacy's home remedies for health and body.
Oh, he remembered the title. Good job.
Oh, please.
He remembered
I've been working
title.
hard on this stuff. She does all that stuff, and then I have to help with the, like, you know, the cover and the, you know, promotions. So there you guys go. If you want to get the pre-sale, remember, this is still under construction, but she is working on it, and we're close enough where we feel confident. The last pre-sale, you guys had to wait about a year.
It won't be that bad.
This is going to be a lot faster, okay? But be patient with us, and then also, you know, just go to that. And plus, if you want to get the bentonite clay or the salt, that's a whole different link, but we have it at that same link I'm providing, and it saves you money, y'all. All the links that we provide, you don't have to join our super fan club and pay us money every month. We give you the links up front right here on the descriptions. Every time we talk about stuff, we give you the links, and it saves you money, okay? That's what it's all about. That's all it is to it. And we make a few cents off of it, and that's how, you know, we pay for coming around to see you guys.
And you know what? Right now, I think Redmond has they have a bag of bentonite clay, and you get 15% off if you go.
Stop the madness.
Yes.
Can we get a thumbs up for 15% off?
Oh, I wonder if we need to do that.
No, we don't.
Okay.
Cloud Jumper is just popping into chat. All right. Plus, I want us to have a moment here. I want to talk about one of the Homestead homies. Let me see if I can find it here now. This is going to be... let me see if I can find it here. TJ. Hope you're watching tonight. TJ Sumrall. Everybody keep TJ Sumrall in your prayers. He's find out that unfortunately tomorrow he's having some surgery on his neck for lymphoma, right? So
no, it's lipoma.
Lipoma. So we want to keep him in all of our prayers. Okay. Maybe we start doing that every Sunday night too. Is just, you know, write down. Everyone can write down some people, and we can lift them up in prayer. Prayer warriors, man. Y'all should probably working overtime these days, aren't you? But yeah, let's keep TJ in our prayers, and all of our group and our Homestead homies that are going through any trials or tribulations. You know, mention them in our prayers as we lift up, you know, what we're doing and people that need the Most High's help. Yeah, she's fierce. Boy, you should, if every mama was like that. Boy. All right. Here from Wyoming. Your notifications are turned off for some reason. Oh, yeah, it's YouTube shadow banning us.
Put them back on.
You guys have to stay vigilant. You're not going to, you know, no one should be. See, that's the thing is you guys just jump on the YouTube and then all of a sudden they take over your mind because they start showing you what they want you to watch. And then, you know, like an hour goes by and they're just flipping you from video to video and everything. And then you forget all about us. And that's how they do that. And then pretty soon you're unsubscribed. And then, you know, it might be a couple months from now or a year and you might get a notification from us all of a sudden. And you missed out on all that information.
All right, Nancy wants to know, where did you get that ground cover with the black and white stripes? That stuff. What's it called and all that?
Well,
people
that's just,
know.
You know, the fabric. It's a high-end line, greenhouse fabric, I guess you'd call it. It's not really like landscape fabric because that's kind of cheap.
And then water can go through it. The water can go through it.
It's designed for greenhouses and garden areas. And we got that when we picked up the high tunnel. See the high tunnel in the back there? How we grow more food even. And you can pick it up at any, you know, supply place that handles any kind of greenhouses or anything. Yes, she is a sweet mama hen. And so are you.
Oh, boy.
I set an alarm. Nancy is on it. Set your alarm. It's every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Central. See, that's why there's only 3,000 people hanging out.
And here's another thing. Okay, we're all trying to be like prepared and all that. What if the grid goes down? You know, what if the light, you know, who knows? So everyone always relies on their microwave, which you shouldn't even have a microwave in your house because it's radiating, you know, those little microwaves in you and in front of you. You walk in front of it all the time. And then when you cook with it, oh my goodness, you know, you're just totally nuking your food and destroying all the enzymes that it could possibly even give you. So you need to get it out of your house. But the thing is a lot of us use the timer on there or on your stove all the time. Well, what if you don't have any electricity? If you need a timer, you need to know what's going on or how long something is. So just get one of those old little fashioned kind that you just turn and they can do it for an hour. So I think that's really important. So make sure you have one of those too.
Or you get a Walmart special. Stacy wears a Walmart special. It has a little clock and everything on it.
Yeah, just, you know, think about little things like that. You know, do you have matches? Do you have, you know, a bunch of those lighters? You know, you never know. So we just need to keep adding on. Getting, you know, your hydrogen peroxide, getting your Band-Aids, all that good stuff. What? Hydrogen peroxide.
Man, wait till you guys see this video we're going to do about it. Oh, man. Man, there's other stuff too. There's so much stuff. It's off
Don't
the chain.
get choked up now. Did you swallow a bug?
Hey, we saw the fake impeachments. Can we see the real one now? I mean, these guys got receipts. They have the Bidens all dirtied up with $10 million plus of money running through their bank accounts. Come on. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Insane Seafair wants to grow pizza. You want to know something, Insane Seafair? I know somebody who does a garden where it would be like, this is my pizza garden, you know, and this is my taco night garden or whatever. Garden. So everything that you would use, like for like your taco night, you'd have your hot peppers and your cilantro, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And then your other one, you'd have the stuff for your, like your oregano and your basil and your tomatoes. So you could kind of do that and put little labels up and make it cute. So you could do it. See, there's the bird. She's coming back feeding her little babies up here. Somebody sent us this log cabin thing, and it was supposed to be for the it's for bees, the wood bees. What is it? No, it's just for all the carpenter bees. Not the carpenter bees, just any of the pollinator bees. Yeah. And now we got some birds living. Everybody needs a place to live. How do I do my laundry? I do it out back here. I have one of those rocking, you know, washing machines. It's all stainless steel, and it's drums about as big as your washing machine at home. And I has a wringer, and then I hang it on the clothesline. Oh, I'm just seeing something about pole beans. So Linda had to replant pole beans 3 times because of my Rhode Island Red Cross's even chicken wire. It's crazy. So you know what I do, Linda? So I had to plant my pole beans too. And I've had to replant a couple other things because my guineas keep going in where they see like a lot of Swiss chard or some kale where it's nice. And this is the time they're laying eggs because they're later than the chickens. They kind of start laying their eggs later in the season. So they keep coming in here and laying eggs, and then they'll stomp all over my stuff that's starting to grow. So what I've been doing is getting that, it's kind of like plasticky with the holes in it, and it's kind of netting, and that's what I put over my bed. So what I've been doing in those areas that I'm growing new stuff, I just kind of roll it up and kind of shove it in there where it won't bother the things growing up, and then the birds won't touch it because it's all netted. So that works out really good. All right.
Jim, if you buy property without trees, you're gonna have to buy wood, buddy. I mean, there's no magic. And we have 11 acres, and there's plenty of I've got a couple acres worth of woods over there, but I'm not harvesting all of our wood out of here. So you'll have to get wood from around the neighborhood now. If the stuff breaks loose, I always keep a couple years here on the property. So, and then I got I can take down what's falling down around me, and then I got neighbors. So that's how you do that.
Okay, I just saw something in Capital about the Armenian cucumbers
for the
fermented recipes. Armenian cucumbers, yes, you can do it. They're actually a melon in the melon family, and it works. But for me, I have not been successful at letting them stay crunchy, keeping it for a long time, like I can maybe other things that I do. So when I do those, I need to eat them within a few months. I can't 6 months. That would probably be my tops for that. So, but yes, of course you can. And you can cut them thicker if you wanted to too. And just remember, when you're doing like a cucumber, you need to add a little bit more salt to it when you're making it, because there's so much inside, and it'll collect a lot more liquid. So you do need a little bit more salt.
Hey, Scott, how you doing? It's good to see you.
Oh, there's Andrew.
There's Leanna. Hopefully we'll have your book to you before the August conference. No, that probably won't happen, because if she finishes it by end of this month or even next month early, it's going to take like 6 weeks to print them. That's another reason why we do the pre-sale for the books, just so we know how many to order up front. We don't want to not get enough. So that's the reason why we do that. No, I'm not preoccupied. I have baby birds over here, and mom's flying in and out. I got baby chicks at my feet. I got
the killdeers are running around. We got
the killdeers have their babies too.
Purple martins are flying around catching their
there's no
mosquitoes.
Preoccupied.
Everyone's trying to get ready to go to bed.
Talking about Stacy's new book. Hopefully you guys will like it, and everything will be cool, and buy lots of copies. She works so hard on all these books, y'all. And I work hard on my little booklets, but they're just an easy read, just to kind of help you along. And
DJ Hop One wants to know, what do I think of castor oil for healing? I think it's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Can make a really nice
Is it in your book?
Yes. Yes, it is.
That sounds like one of those old-fashioned remedies.
It is an old-fashioned remedy, yes. Yeah, I like castor oil externally. So I think it's great, like if you have menstrual cramps or maybe ovarian cysts or something, for making a poultice, it's good for stuff like that. So it has a lot of wonderful things. And we're gonna do something actually on Doug, even breaking down scar tissue.
Yeah, we're gonna do a real live dealio. See that little bump I got? Remember when my finger got busted up in the log splitter? So I got this little scar tissue that's bound up right there. And we're going to show you guys real time how.
So I'm going to show you that, and I really that we're going to get rid of it with the castor oil.
And then we'll sell millions of copies of the book.
So that's my plan. I keep saying, "Are we going to do? Are you ready? You ready?" He's like, "No, I'm not ready yet." So
I'm ready.
Now we've announced it. So
start it right now. You guys can watch every Sunday.
So I'm going to soak it. I might even go. We'll go a couple times a day, and we're going to do a little poultice on it and see what happens. And you guys can see. Show it to them so they can see how bad it got. It got really bad.
Yeah,
look at that.
I don't like it at all.
So we're going to try to break it down with the castor oil pack.
The wood business is, I'm cutting a lot of wood. Steve is there. That's the guy I got cutting wood. I'm making a business out of this, and Steve's running the business over there and helping me out a lot. and we have wood stacked up to the sky, and I'm going to start advertising our local stuff, and we're going to actually start the channel for the woodlot business coming up. But you know, I'm trying to get it all together. I got so much like going on, so I'll get it together, but I'm trying to do that this year.
Oh,
and
listen,
I'll show you
Mr.
guys
Frog's coming too.
the Easton Made is, man, that machine is boss man. Just a good running machine. And those guys over there at Easton Made are real nice.
Catherine says, how would you ferment mustard greens? So I would just get a bunch of the mustard greens and kind of whip them apart. And I would put some onions and some garlic and some carrots, and you know, you could do radishes, and just put a bunch of stuff in there and then mix them all up.
Well, let me tell you about the, oh, hold on, let me do it again. Hold on.
What are you doing? Oh, listen to Mrs. or Mrs. Frog.
In the bush, you'll need your salt and your water. Your salt and your water will take care of you. Yes, we love her. Actually, I'm going to have her to speak at our conference. I'm working on that right now, talking to her husband. Not this year, but next year. I'm going to try to get Barbara O'Neill to the Homesteading Life Conference. Also, in case you guys didn't know, you hang with some cool people. Stacy and I are now speaking at the Weston Price Foundation.
Yeah, the Wise Traditions Conference, which is in Kansas City, October 20th and 21st.
Yes.
Or 20th through the 22nd, something like that.
Y'all, we are hanging with some doctors and some very knowledgeable people, and we're going to share our story, and we hope to see you guys there. The tickets are no joke, but the information is no joke
either. And the food is amazing.
The food will be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
and the knowledge you get is amazing.
If you go to Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, here, I'll just go to it direct for you, since some of y'all always like a helping hand. But just remember, the most capable hand
is where?
Is at the end of your wrist. But I'll get it for you on this one. We have an events tab at Off Grid with Doug and Stacy, so you guys can always go there. And I'm going to get the link for you right now. And you can get tickets to see Stacy and myself speak in Kansas City this year. It's going to be fantastic.
Your brain will fall out with all the knowledge you're going to get from this one.
Y'all, we try to bring you next level stuff. I mean, we just try. We're just trying to help. And there it is right there. I just dropped the link. wisetraditions.org. wisetraditions.org. And you can, get your ticket, Nobody leave in the comments sections about the ticket costs or nothing, okay? Seriously, you have to invest in yourself, okay? Invest in yourself.
Susan's talking about ulcer. You know what? You could try a little sauerkraut. Homemade sauerkraut, please. Sauerkraut is amazing what it can do. If you try it a little bit every day and see what happens.
And we only have a few tickets left. I opened up some tickets for you guys for the Homesteading Life Conference in Hannibal, Missouri. Okay. So if you guys are serious, if you ever wanted to come,
know about our speakers. So that'll be coming out soon too.
So we have David DeGood who will be there. He has a YouTube channel and he does like guerrilla gardening. Okay. He goes to the extreme on his gardening. He's gardened in Florida, Alabama, all over the place.
Where is it? Was it Costa Rica? Where he
Costa
was
Rica?
No, I don't know if that's right. He was someplace tropical.
It was like Costa Rica or Dominican Republic or somewhere crazy.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
And then he's good friends of ours, and he'll be there speaking about all that. We'll have a whole lineup available soon. His brother is going to be there talking about how to butcher the pig, how to take it all apart for the beginner guy especially. We have hands-on butchering, chicken butchering,
rabbit butchering, all about raising rabbits.
Independent Acres. He's coming down. Jeremy Chambers, real nice fellow, great family. A lot of these folks are just great family people.
Cheese making. We're going to talk about like how to learn to make tinctures. We'll have herbal walks. We're going to do, beginning crocheting. We got
beekeeping.
Yeah, so we have lots of different things going on.
We'll have a blacksmith there. I think we're going to have a hand-hewn person there doing some hand-hewn logs. Everything that we do at that conference is totally like hands-on.
Yeah, I'm going to do a lot of things on how to make things, how to make apple cider vinegar, or how to ferment. We're going to get down and dirty and just do it all.
It's kid-friendly.
Yeah.
We have a blow up axe machine. The kids can play on that.
Music, singing,
face painting.
Yeah. No, it's so
just
much
like
fun.
a good old. It's like a family reunion.
Lots of stuff
that costs you money. But we have a great time, and we try to always have great speakers. We've had Sally Fallon speak before. We've had the GMO guy. What was his name? Dr. Don.
Oh my gosh, I'm having a
world-renowned speakers.
Yeah,
we've had people. Yeah, we've had people. We've had some really good speakers.
And then we
besides
also have
our local folks.
Connie Jacoby, the naturopath. She's going to be talking.
Yep,
she's Wise Women Botanicals. She's going to talk a lot about your health.
She's known like a. Yeah, she has a wide circle. Yeah.
So we got it'll be really awesome.
That's the Homesteading Life Conference. I'll get you
and then Maureen Diaz. Maureen's going to be talking about so many different things.
Yeah.
So we'll have it. I'm kind of writing everything down. We'll have the schedule out on the website.
Yeah, we'll have it pretty soon.
In the next couple of weeks, you think?
But there's only a few tickets, honestly. So if you were thinking about it. What's up from Idaho? All right. Wise Traditions Conference. Man, we have so much stuff. I mean, there's so many opportunities for you guys to learn and get your fingers in it. And pretty soon we're going to have our stuff here. I mean, there's just a lot of things going on that we're working on. And we just want to help you guys get this information before it's too late. Like, because this stuff could go down. I mean, I don't know if you guys are following anything, but there's like all this stuff on the chat or on the line today about these troop movements and everything, that there's helicopters flying into California in the city and tanks in downtown Philadelphia. Just be careful with that stuff. Some of that stuff's set up to mess you up. Make sure you look at the street signs. Make sure everything's in English. I think I was noticing on those tanks that they were not in an English speaking place, right? So the psyops are heavy, so they're going to be telling you stuff that's not for real. Just make sure you trust but verify.
Oh, Mitch says the organic coconut oil and baking soda deodorant is genius. Works great. Thanks, Stacy. No more deodorant.
That's in the book too.
Yeah, we want to get rid of all these chemicals. We slather thousands of chemicals on our body all the time.
And what's your skin is the largest organ on your body. Everything you put on your skin sucks right in.
So, think about that, guys. Then your liver has so much stuff it's got to filter out.
Preach it.
Just go ahead and start getting as natural as you can. It's so, so, so important. Or you can get my book because I have a lot of options. So it's just really important that we start taking these little steps. Let's say maybe you're not getting out moving as much. Maybe your thing is you could stop using all that chemical deodorant stuff. Or maybe you could stop, maybe you can start making homemade lotion or something. Just start doing these little steps. Or maybe if you don't have a water filter for your sink, you could get one and screw it on there so you have your water, that's purified coming from the city, the tap water. So just start doing these things little at a time.
Stacy, I don't have enough liquid covering my cabbage. Can I use ACV? No.
Okay, so that is a culprit everyone has with making sauerkraut, is it sucks it up. Now I'll talk about something before. When you make your sauerkraut and you pack it in there, I like to use a chopstick so to kind of poke holes on the side. Don't use a knife because you'll break the jar. That happens a lot. And I always say, don't tell me how I knew that. I learned that a long time ago because you'll crack the jar. Use like a wooden spoon or something and just slide it in there so that the liquid will absorb through there. And then a lot of times it does suck it all up. So do not be afraid to add some more filtered water to it. And what I do is I'll get a little thing of water and then I'll put a nice pinch of salt in there, stir it up, and then just pour it over it and it'll be fine. It's fine. Now I have to tell you, sauerkraut is very forgiving. I did the workshop, the fermenting workshop at the Okie Homestead Expo. Was that a couple weeks ago? A little over a couple weeks ago.
Awesome. It was a good time.
And we all made sauerkraut. So what was left was this bowl of stuff. Not everyone had enough, but then there was some extra. So I was giving sauerkraut to people in bags that they could take home and, maybe use in their salads if they wanted to. A lot of people were camping. And then there was a couple left for me. So I had 2 jars of this sauerkraut that I just stuck in a jar with the lid. I didn't have my fermenting lids or anything with me. And then I just was burping it when I was going. We were traveling in the RV. It's bouncing around. I had it in the sink. I'm watching it. It started to produce more liquid. When it was bouncing around, some of it was kind of coming out. I had to wipe it off. I did all that. We come home. I'm unloading it all. Same thing happened here. it sucked up a lot of the moisture. So what I did was I put some more water in it, put my salt in it, put the lid on it, the regular fermentation top. It was 2 weeks. It's the most amazing sauerkraut right now. So, I mean, it really can go through a lot. You're not going to really hurt it. Just make sure, you know, you have clean hands. You wipe around the edges. If it does overflow, you wipe everything off, or maybe rinse the top off if something happens. And you guys will be fine. So don't be afraid to add a little water with salt in it.
And the 25-year food supply stuff is okay. I mean, you know, you want to try to pick the best you can. Look at the ingredients and how they do it. Freeze-dried food is the best. And, you know, because Stacy and I have done this a while, like we're not just like falling around over here, but back in the day we had
what are you falling around?
You know, like stumbling around, like making stuff up, Googling it as we go. There's a lot of people doing that. But we were getting our supplies back in the day, and I know people that got like, you know, 10 or 20 years worth of that food, and then they lost their job. And they leaned on that food until they could find another job. It literally saved their house and saved a lot of stress. So it's just good to be able to feed yourself, and it's good to have stuff on store. Stacy and I, we have seeds and food all around us.
And as you guys can see, like I planted very early. We had one of our Amish friends. We bring him over for dinner, and he brought his nephew over last week, and they came in there because they grow in the ground, and so I'm able to plant earlier because of the raised beds. And they're like, "My, this looks like a fall garden because it's so big." So what I've done is, the stuff's growing. I've harvested a lot of my radishes already. And then over here I have some arugula. And what I've done is I've pulled a lot of stuff and I'm adding new stuff to it, but I'm letting a lot of it go to seed. So please, guys, do not forget to, when you harvest your stuff, keep a few to go to seed. So I have a lot of different things going to seed right now that I'm going to collect. I have spinach over here. I have my arugula here, you know, and I have my radish behind me, and a lot of different areas that I'm letting to go to seed. So remember to do that. I got onions. So that's very, very important. We need to protect our seeds because pretty soon, who knows what they're going to start to do.
Hold on, I'm getting a call here. Hello? Yeah, this is Doug. Oh, you do? You live next to Judy DeStefano? You really live next door to Judy DeStefano? What? No, I won't tell her that. Seriously, tell her? Judy, the neighbor says you actually do smell, and maybe you lost your smell during COVID, but you might need to re-up on the deodorant. All right, I'd let her know. All right, bye-bye now.
What'd you do?
I'm just too much. Y'all need to laugh a little, man. Have some fun. It's so good to laugh. It actually releases endorphins, and it makes you feel good.
It does.
And it keeps you healthy.
Hi, Jamie Kiefer.
Kiefer?
She is my wife, whose birthday was the other day. Hi, Jamie Kiefer. Yeah, hi from Kyle.
Kyle's saying
Jamie Kiefer. Kyle says you're a keeper.
Was he trying to be rhyming too?
No, I just said that. I made it up.
That's why I'm watching
Ty,
the video.
I love this. Ty says, whatever happened to Doug's cooking videos? Haha, yeah. Whatever happened to him?
Do you need me to leave the links?
You never cooked when you said you were good at that one time. You never did.
Was I supposed to?
Yes, you never did.
You guys want to see some Doug cook videos?
He doesn't know how to cook. Guess what I had for dinner tonight? You're not very good cook.
Oh, really?
No.
Really?
Okay, I'll wait for a beautiful meal from you if you'll do it.
I'm not a very good cook. That's funny.
Okay.
Wow.
So guess what I did for dinner tonight? I have so many squashes. The yellow, like the zucchini. I prefer the yellow zucchini. I'm waiting for a nice meal.
Oh, you get arsenic.
So there's yellow, there's yellow zucchini and the green zucchini. For me personally, I think the yellow zucchini is a lot more resistant to pests than the green. However, I'm growing both because I always try. And I decided to make the meatless, or not the meatless, the noodle-less, I guess when you call it a gluten-free kind of zucchini, where you cut the big strips of zucchini. And I had one that was huge. I don't know where it was. And I cut it and it fit the whole pan. And so I did, what do you call it? Zucchini lasagna. I can't talk. Zucchini lasagna tonight.
It was so good.
Really good.
It was hot. It's too hot. You know, in the summertime, you guys got to monitor your meals too. Like,
it feels good though.
You don't eat too much hot food when it's hot outside. This is totally awesome. Donna's rocking it. She got the Barefoot Microgreens kit, and she's going to take it to her pre-K class and grow it with them.
Oh, they'll love that. Yeah.
That's what we need, y'all. Grassroots, pardon the pun. But we need to teach these kids. They might not be knowing this stuff at home. If we're going to, you know, how can I say this? Like, Donna's being a teacher. I know she's probably trying her best, you know, but she's got to follow the rules. You remember the Germans? That's what they said. Like, I'm just doing my job. You know what I mean? Like, all during COVID, I'm just doing my job. And she's probably a really nice person. So if they're going to send them to us, and if you're in these positions, be like Donna and teach them how to grow food and teach them how to fend for themselves and not how to group think and stuff like that, right?
Oh, Roy. Sharon says that he did a great job buying a sun oven for our 8th anniversary.
Good job. Nice job. Yeah, if you guys want to get a sun oven, that's another. So 3 preps that should definitely be on your list. I mean, if you guys have to scrimp and save and sell eggs or eat beans and rice.
I was just, before you go there, I was just listening to something today, and they were talking about, you know, start being prepared, blah, 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 blah. Is there a way that you can cook? Make sure you have plenty of wood or an alternative wood, you know, fuel source.
Yes.
And they were talking about propane, and I'm thinking,
no way. No. Propane, it's game over.
Yeah. I mean, what if you run out of propane?
Hey, there was a couple years ago, if you guys remember, the big propane ship, because we get a lot of propane from Russia, and it was coming across the ocean. Remember this? And they turned it around. And the propane prices all in America blew up. And the only reason why I know that is because a lot of people out here in the rural area are working with the propane. Stacy and I are not. So I remember that. And I was like, man, I mean, even the little barbecue ones got up to like stupid 45, 50 bucks or something crazy. So propane's a dead thing. But the sun oven cooks with the sun. As long as you can see your shadow, you can cook with it. It dehydrates. It has a wapini.
It distills water.
Distills water, yeah. Purifies water. And so it has multiple purposes. When you cook with it, it does not leave a smell. You cannot see it cooking. You know, there's no flame, no smoke. I mean, it is the bee's knees. It's like a suitcase, so you could take it in your RV and travel with it. Keeps the heat out of your house in the summertime. So even on just a practical matter, you're keeping the heat out of your house in the summertime and cooking a meal using the sun. So the sun oven is another awesome prep. We love talking about things that we use that are practical. Some of these things cost a few bucks. If you've been watching our channel for 5 years, 6 years, you could have bought that sun oven for a couple $100. Now with the supply chain issues and all the cost of everything and the inflation and the weak dollar, not really that weak because it's strong everywhere else. They still managing to prop it up pretty good. But everything has gone up. When we first moved out here, property was $3,000 an acre. Now it's $10,000 an acre. So the longer you wait, I can only promise you, is the more it's going to go up.
Okay, you don't know about this. Sissy just asked me.
See, there's more stuff that you should know that I should know.
Well, Sissy says, Stacy, do you grow beets? Are you guys ready?
Sure, we grow beets.
Well, I outdid myself this year with my beets. I planted them very early. I planted them early on with my potatoes and my onions this year. And I had the most incredible beet harvest. So I want to show you because I haven't done all of them and they're huge and you're going to freak out. Are you ready to see this one? You haven't even seen it.
Go get one.
I have a bunch of them, but I'm only going to pull this one. I already pulled out one bed and I thought, you know, normally I plant it again, but I'm going to have so many because they're so big that to ferment, because I love fermented beets, that I don't think I'm going to need to plant anymore. So
the Bebop lady said you can make a sun oven. You really can try to make a sun oven. Lots of people have tried to make a sun oven. The Boy Scouts have a thing where they try to make the sun oven. You can try as you like to make a sun oven. But I'm here to tell you it won't work. We've seen it all, man. We have seen it all. If you just want to bite the bullet and get the sun oven, nothing works like it. Not even the other kind of sun ovens. Nothing works like it. And we have tested them all. We've had them shipped to our house and we've tested them all. And we know people that have made them and everything. Nothing is going to beat it. So I'm not a buzzkill. I'm just telling you the facts. Come on, look at these things. And don't you know, like, you can eat the greens, y'all. Do not be passing up on the beet greens, okay? That is a super food right there.
I mean, you should see them.
And look at these things.
Look at them all.
Look at this. That's my head right there. Come on.
Look how big they are.
Look at that. It's no joke around here, y'all. We say we're growing 90% of our own food.
I'm so excited. My beets did so well. So when I was talking to the Amish, I said I have the best beet. I mean, I just love it because I saw a bunch of their beets and they were little, and they're like, you must have planted them really early because I never planted them with my potatoes and my onions. So I'm gonna do that from now on.
What kind of beets is these?
Detroit. Dark red.
Dark red.
Yes. Aren't they beautiful? I'm so excited. Good crop.
We should change the name.
Well, if you guys ferment, these are amazing to ferment. You can shred them. You can shred them, and you can do like shredded ones with carrots. Put some little garlic in there.
They store well.
Put a little dill. Or I like to cut mine in like little bitty chunks, like little bitty pieces. And then I put them in just with, maybe a few cloves of garlic. And
we have videos about growing them. Just type in growing beets off grid.
No, I don't know. Have I?
Oh yeah. We got a lot of big videos.
I did one on
superfood.
I did one on making beet chips.
Just type in superfood off the Doug.
Really?
I promise. Trust me, I am the human.
Okay, thumbs up for the best beets in the world.
Thumbs up, beautiful.
Aren't they cool? I got so much fermenting to do, I can't tell you.
What do you do for meat? We have a cow. We have a neighbor we co-op cows with. We have our lambs that we grow every year.
We have chickens,
turkeys on demand, turkey on demand.
Yeah.
There's my sheep.
Fish.
I can see them right now.
Fish.
When you guys set up your homestead, it's in my homestead booklet. I haven't told you guys that it's for pre-sale tonight because I'm letting Stacy have her moment in the sun.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Teresa just asked, do you have snapping turtles in our pond? So listen to this.
Well, sure we do.
Guess what happened? Shoot them. A few days ago, we were sitting, and all of a sudden, I look in the back, and I'm like, Doug, and there was a big old snapping turtle.
It wasn't that big, but it was, pretty good size. Not that big, a little smaller.
He looked that big when he was walking. Well, yeah, so he was walking to our back.
You don't want those things in your pond. They will wipe you clean. And our neighbor has a pond, so I catch them going back and forth. So I popped them. You got to pop them. I'm part of this control around here, and the father gave me permission. And so now he's going to be bug juice over there. So he's taken care of by the natural habitat will take care of him. And my fish will be thanking me for it. Y'all, we have a pond that we fish out of, 90% of our own food. So we have a pond that we fish out of. We have bass and crappie, bluegills in there. We have our sheep. We have our chickens, turkeys, guineas, right? Eggs, more protein. Of course, we get forage. We are in the deer capital of the world. So we have white-tailed deer all around here and wild turkeys, right? I mean, just right here. So that's the kind of stuff you got to think about when you guys want to live off grid or,
She just got stung by a bee.
Live a more self-sufficient lifestyle is where you're posting up. We get 40 plus inches of rain. We have a little bit of a winter, so it kills off the bugs and some of the funk. I mean, just everything is working in a symbiotic relationship.
Okay, so Michelle, about fermenting yellow squash. Squash gets very mushy, so a lot of times I'll make a relish. I'll make kind of a little fermented relish out of it and use it on burgers and things throughout, over the few months. I think that's not one of my favorites to do for long-term storage. Like beets last forever, your sauerkraut will last forever, your tomato products, if you make tomato sauce, and your salsa will last a very long time. But yeah, you can make like a relish, and it tastes amazing. I did a zucchini relish fermented. I did a video.
Just type
on
that
it.
in.
Yeah, I did. So you can use that with yellow squash too.
We don't eat turtles because we eat according to Leviticus 11. So we don't do no turtles. But the nature will take it back.
Okay. Ooh.
Yellow zucchini.
I already just talked about that. Yeah, I love this yellow zucchini. Oh, I should. That was funny.
Those are big beets.
They are huge. I have a whole thing. Here. My whole bed's filled of those big ones.
Are y'all hitting the thumbs up? Because I'm seeing 4,000 people in the house, 2,900 thumbs up. So I know that y'all can help me out with that free thumbs up. Because you're getting some good information here, aren't you? I mean, we didn't even ask for it right up front this time. I know some people complained about that. So I waited way deep in here, 54 minutes before I started asking for them. Well, it was a little bit before that. Thumbs up, y'all. It helps the video. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I see it going now. But it really helps the video get out to the other subscribers. If you guys are saying that you've been unsubscribed, double check your subscriptions. That's why. So if we can keep you guys doing the thumbs up and commenting on the videos, that's what pushes it out to more subscribers and keeps everybody in tune with Stacy's new book coming out. Congratulations, Stacy. If you guys just showed up, Stacy's got a pre-sale going on. It's not going to show up anytime soon. Maybe give us a couple months after August. It'll probably be showing up before Christmas. But we have the pre-sale going on right now. offgoodwithdougandstacy.com. Then the shop tab. I'm leaving a link. Plus, we threw in some prep items you should get. And then also we showed you our humongous beets that we grew. Look at those things. So we got all that going on. Answering questions. Loving on y'all. Receiving your love. We prayed for TJ, one of the homestead homies here, who's having some troubles, and we're lifting them up in prayer. And we're going to all start lifting up each other in prayer for during the weeks and meeting back here every Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yes, and we will be speaking at the Weston Price Foundation, the Wise Traditions Conference in Kansas City, Missouri.
October 20th through the 22nd.
And it is going to be lit. And you can get the tickets at offgoodwithdougandstacy.com and then the events tab, and you can hit the link there.
Oh, Boston Rock 76. Carmen
Hi, Carmen.
Posted microgreens picture to the Homestead Homie page.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We were going to show you. This is Stacy's.
Wait, don't.
This is Stacy's.
Hold on. I got to talk. Some people don't know what happened.
She wants to show you the better one.
I'm going to show them both. Okay, so you guys that came in late, I'm going to go. So you guys heard this already. Cover your ears.
We'll just go over it fast.
So you have to, first 3 to 4 days after it starts to lift, you have to put it out in the sun to get the chlorophyll. So I did that, and I went ahead. I was cleaning the house, and I brought it into the greenhouse, and we have lots of activities going on, chickens and guineas coming in, and somebody knocked my trays down, and I tried to put it back together, but it didn't work. So
she's just now telling me about it. It's Saturday or Sunday night. We're going to do the live show. Everyone wants to see the microgreens. It's just,
so they grew in the center. Everything else, I didn't do a good job getting them back. I guess.
So we restarted them. You guys are on them right now, but we're going to show them to you.
So they're already sprouted. So they
barefootmicrogreens.com. Grow food anywhere, even on your countertop, y'all. Lots of extra nutrition packed into the microgreens because it's the seed when it first starts coming out. That's why when you have animals and you watch them, when that first spring grass starts coming up, they will leave that hay and go get that spring grass because it tastes so good and it's good for them and they know it.
And then also, and I talked about this a few weeks ago, the spring butter, if you have grass-fed cows, if you get that butter or get the cream from the cow when they're eating that fresh new grass, it makes the most yellowy orange butter, and it's so the nutrients are a lot better.
The spring milk is always the best.
And so I always love to get as much as I can.
Straw bale houses, pass. You know what I mean? Like, they have their time and they have their place, and if that's all you can do, I would maybe do it. You know what I mean? But it's not a long-term or a good solution, really, especially for us, because where we live, I mean, the snow and everything, that's made for more arid, like and dry type of climate. And I've researched all this stuff. The earth houses, earth ships, container houses, RVs, everything. Man, we spent so much time investigating all that stuff. No, I would never register my homestead with the USDA unless you were going to start selling some food there or, something like that. Joel Salatin's in Washington, D.C. right now. We're talking to Congress about trying to relax some of these cottage industry food laws and get their boot off our neck. So stay tuned for more updates on that information. Stacy, how did you grow those beets? She put them in early.
Yeah, I put them in early.
And y'all, eat your beet greens. Do not deny the beet greens.
You can saute them. Now, I wouldn't be eating like one like that. That wouldn't be good. But your younger ones are good. Usually what I do when I'm growing them and they're starting to grow when they're littler, the littler greens are the best. So I like to put those in. I'll put a few in my salads or if you get someone you can saute.
So, like if this was the time and your stuff would be way up here, y'all. When this is lit, it's like puffed way up here, super high. Yeah. long stalks on there, big green heads, and you just go in with your scissors.
Give it a haircut.
And then you drop that stuff on your salad or put it on your sandwich or whatever.
Or your taco night.
And then start all over it.
And that's the thing, you just got to keep doing it. If you just do it once, you know, then you're not going to have it again. So you have to, and I think Mallory in her kit, she's got a little card that'll show you, like, once you get done, when you're supposed to do the next one.
Yeah, Rick, I missed your question, and Elizabeth's trying to help you out here. Do you have a favorite edition of the Bible?
Scriptures Bible?
The Scriptures Bible's good.
We like the Scriptures Bible.
There's a Hebraic one that's good. It's just kind of whatever, you know, like, watch out, man. Everything is polluted. So, like, these Bibles, and anytime you see,
changing the Bible.
Okay, anytime you see red letters in your Bible, that means that stuff was added. That stuff was never there. Okay, it's commentary, and that's not healthy. Plus, all these Bibles now, they're changing the meaning of words right before your very eyes. They're doing it legally in law. They're doing it on the street. They're doing it everywhere people meet. They're changing the definition of words. I have medical doctors telling us that they are literally destroying medical journals, okay? Now, I also know they're covering their butts from, no, thank you. The horses started running a little bit. Molly gets all jumped up. Come on. Come on. Come. Thank you. And so they're destroying medical journals. This COVID stuff's going to get out of hand. Just keep paying attention, y'all. Stay vigilant.
There's so many people talking about their deodorant. Some people said they use alcohol. You can use apple cider vinegar. Another person said they put in a squirt bottle, put some lemon juice. Those things will definitely all work.
But the best is the Stacy recipe.
No,
also,
no, it's not. There's lots of right things.
And you can get it at off-grid. But also, you know, this is for real, right? Like, usually you stink because of your inputs. You know what I mean? Like, when people eat processed food and junky food, they stink more. When we first got out here, I was stinky.
He was really stinky.
You could not be around me for, like, if I went one day without a shower, like now I could go like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I'm on like 3 weeks.
No, he's not. I tell him, you smell like, you know what.
Well, at first it was, whoa, and your hair's greasy and you're starting to detox from all that stuff. And then the longer we've been out here, like eating the good, clean food, barely eating out, all that stuff, your body starts pushing out all those toxins. And that's why you really stink at first, and then you mellow out.
You guys want to know something? You know, your liver's under your right rib cage here. So if you go to like press underneath your rib cage and you push, like, and you're pushing in it pretty good and it hurts, that means your liver is a little detox. You need to detox. You know, it needs.
I can push all the way back to my spline.
So when you push into it and it hurts, that means it's kind of, you know, clogged up.
We are dropping nuggets all over the place. Here's another one. Give us a thumbs up for the nuggets.
Do you ever notice, if you go and smell underneath your right armpit, remember I'm mirroring you, so for you this is that armpit, but it's your right armpit and it smells more than your left armpit. It's because your liver is your detoxifier, and so it comes out more on that side. No, Sherry, the red writing is not Jesus's words. If you look it up, the red writing is commentary. It was added to the scriptures, okay? You can just look it up. It's pretty common knowledge, I think, but yeah, you can look it up. It's not, when Jesus talks, it's all not in red. There's only certain parts, and those parts are added commentary. All right. Now, what caused the, who knows? What? Red letters. When you are planted in the beets early, when did you plant them as calendar date? Well, you have to get Clyde's garden planner. Well, the thing is you, you know, always look at what your last frost date is and all that. But you can also, on a lot of this stuff, if you have access where you can start growing in your house, or if you have a greenhouse or something, and you can start growing a little earlier where you're putting the little plants in, you can do that too. But the beets are, you know, they're a nice hardy seed. So they're fine, you know, if you even put them a little earlier, because they're going to be in the ground. And then, you know, I just watered them and then they popped up. I mean, it worked out good. I guess the temperature was really good. Everything was perfect. I don't know what it was, but they did turn out. I mean, I always do good with beets, but not this good. I mean, every single beet, I put them in 3 different beds and every bed did great. So I just think it was just perfect timing, I guess, but they're beautiful.
All right.
What are you looking at?
Now we're having a debate now about the Jesus red letters. So I'm looking it up too. But I know the red letters, some of that stuff is definitely what was added into the scriptures, and they're saying, no, that's what Jesus said. I'm not for sure. I'm just trying to look it up. But that's good. It makes everybody go look it up. And be a Berean. Man, I know I've read that in there.
Is it the other way?
With my studies. No, I just have to figure it out. It was never like in the original text or anything like that, right? There's no red stuff. But I'll have to do some more investigations. But you guys go hammer it out in the comments section, y'all. I love that stuff. Be a Berean, search it out, and we'll get back to it. I'm going to do some more studies too so I can give you some square answers. And if I was wrong, I'll definitely say I was mistaken. But I'm recalling from memory here about the additions into the scriptures. And it just fell on my head that it's the red writing. Red letters, who carries, don't worry about the splinter in your enemy's eye. Whatever that means. All right.
Okay, Gardener 5158. How do you treat pests in the garden? Okay, here, let's talk about that lovely tomato hornworm. You know, a tomato hornworm can eat your whole tomato plant. One tomato hornworm can eat your whole tomato plant in a night practically. So they're crazy. Oh, yeah. So the big thing is, you know, when you're out in the garden, just look around, you know, and look for the little green guy. I know he's kind of camouflaged, but just look for him and pick him off. A lot of it is just, you know, looking at your stuff and picking off some of these things. If you see, you know, those little, they look like almost golden seeds, you know, or not, they look like little seeds on the leaf of like your squash plants and stuff. Those are your, you know, your cabbage worms, and, you know, wipe them off and just kind of be diligent like that. But, you know, a little dish soap squirted, you know, a nice little squirt in some water and then put it in a spray bottle and kind of mist some of your plants really goes a long way to help with a lot of these pests. So if you see any of that stuff, it really does help a lot.
And if you get the sun oven, Stacy has a cookbook that actually comes with it. She actually made it for them and sent it to them.
It's like a little booklet. Yeah.
And they print it out and send it to you guys with that too. No, it's not too late to put up your swarm traps, but you're getting close. You know, and it depends on where you are as well. But yeah, that's, you know, it's getting close. Because they're buckling in right now.
Yeah, Steve just got one.
Yeah, Steve caught a swarm, and I gave him a trap, and then he put them in there, and then he put them in a hive. He painted it and everything. We're all excited about that. Can you bake cookies in the sun oven?
Oh yeah, easy.
Anything you can cook in the oven, you can cook in the sun oven. And a lot of people say it doesn't get over 300 degrees, and that's okay if it doesn't get over 300 degrees because you can still cook everything in the sun oven. We've had it at right about 300, a little less than 300, a little over 300, but it cooks everything in there. You just maybe leave it in there a little bit longer. And it cooks bread really good, chicken really good. Everything in there cooks so good. What's the heat tolerance lettuce for Florida peeps?
What?
Heat tolerant lettuce for Florida. You just probably have to grow really early and late in the year.
Yeah, because, you know, lettuces are very persnickety when it comes to like the heat. If you start early in the season, you know, when you have your, you know, because you guys is, you know, I guess spring and stuff is much earlier than where we are. But definitely, you might even try, I don't know about this, but I did my romaine, my red romaine did very good in the heat. So maybe try that. And then arugula does pretty good too in Florida, I know. But I'm not up on my Florida stuff as well. But, you know, I know it gets this very hot here like it does in Florida. So in the heat of summer, I can't grow a lot of greens. Like I've transplanted my arugula. I'm going on my 3rd time now. I go through a lot of arugula and it'll pop up in a day. It's crazy. You just got to keep watering it. So And then also my red romaine is doing rocket, and it's doing good still too. Okay, let's see. What else do we got going on here?
So just poking around. It's 1899 was the first time you ever saw red letters in your Bible. I'm going to do some more work on that for you guys. Now you got me all fired up. It could be the italicized. You know, there's some words in there that are leaning a little bit. Like, so when you see those words, you know, I could be confusing them with that.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
That's what it is. It's the italicized. Yeah. My bad.
Not red.
But I'll double check it.
No, that's what it is.
But there's the words that you see that aren't normal print, and maybe it's not the red, it's the italicized, or they're like slightly
That's not
leaning.
saying it right. Italicized.
Yeah. Those were added into the scriptures. They never appeared. And now we know that the red letters only showed up in the late 1800s, early 1900s. So there.
Yeah, so it's just the writing looks different.
Yes, you can see it. I knew there was a difference, though, between them. So if it's not the red, if the red is what Jesus said, that's cool, but that's a new addition, too. But we're talking about there's literally stuff in the scriptures that were added that are not part of the general text, and it's pretty common knowledge.
And they're talking about they're going to start changing like what's in the Bible. So that's why you start getting your copies of stuff like now, you know, maybe get another Bible. You know what I'm saying? Because they can start changing and editing what they want us to know and what they don't.
Well, that's what's going to happen. That's why we're trying to produce these physical books for y'all. Okay. We've never really had this on our intentions. We put up videos for you guys. You can watch them all you want for free. And then it's been on our heart that what if there is no internet? Like, I don't know if you guys are following this stuff, but the government just got hacked the other day. They were saying that they just got hacked the other day. And so there might be a grid down, internet down event. And if there is, you're going to need information, and you're going to be so scrambling and trying to figure stuff out for yourself. So that's why we're trying to get the books in your hand that we're writing, because we know these are tried and true. We've lived it for 15 years.
Yeah, Liz is talking about cyber attack imminent is what I'm hearing.
Right.
Yeah.
And we talked earlier, Debbie, about the military troop thing. I'm not buying into it. I think it's false flag, internet baloney. I'm not for sure, but I was looking at some of the stuff. Like they said, there were tanks in Philly and the armor stuff in Philly. And I was looking at the street signs, and they weren't even in English. And they give you just enough to where it's blurry, but you think, and then you draw these conclusions. So just be careful with that stuff, especially as we advance with AI and all this, you know, CG fake stuff.
Amy Alejandra says, you should see my avocados here in Puerto Rico. They're 8 inches long and delicious and no appeal. I know. It's like, oh, darn, you know, it's like, I can't do it. You don't know anymore. And then they were even saying, what was it about the boxes? About a lot of them may not even have the sticker on them or on the peel.
On the appeal, yeah.
It'll
if they
just
come
be
from
on the
Mexico
boxes.
or, you know, they just put it on the box. They don't actually put it on each individual one. That's why it's just best, like, just do the best you can. If you can't grow food, try microgreens and sprouts. If, you know, try to find local people that grow food in your neighborhood. I would imagine that most people live around some type of people that sell food. Most people, even if you have to drive 30, 40 minutes, up to an hour maybe one way. I mean, isn't it worth it? I think so. Can you explain your way of protecting your water and gardening from chemtrails? We just use filters, man. Rainwater touches everything. Okay, so, you know, the dirt and everything, you know, it gets trapped up there. The clouds do their thing. They bring down the clean water. I mean, we just run them through the filters. We have a carbon filter, then we run them through the Berkeys. We're like triple filtering, and supposedly, you know, that's 99.999%. That's the best we can do. And so far, we're not sick, and we're not falling apart, and, you know, we don't.
The best thing, you guys, is just to make sure that you're detoxifying organs.
Yes.
Your liver and kidneys.
Eating
you know,
good.
You're not drinking soda to clog all that your kidneys up and mess everything up. High fructose corn syrup, putting these alien things in our body that your body doesn't know how to process properly.
Jabs.
Make sure first thing in the morning that you get, you can squeeze a nice organic lemon in, with a little pinch of sea salt in the morning. You can drink that to help detoxify the liver. Drinking good herbal teas, and plenty of water throughout the day. And then make sure you're eating good foods. You know what I'm saying? Nothing from a box, nothing, not all this sugar stuff, not all this processed stuff, not all this stuff with these chemicals and dyes, none of this store-bought bread.
They don't even sell this stuff in other countries, yo.
Yeah, no store-bought bread.
They're doing it to make you sick, man. We're the only ones on the whole planet hyped up on big pharma. We spend more money on healthcare and have the sickest people. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, they put dough conditioners and emulsifiers and all this stuff in our breads. Make your bread from scratch, or, know how it's made. And then here's another thing. When you go to the store, and even with a ton of organic stuff, you guys, so listen to this. If you are going and it says organic and you pick it up, that doesn't make it good, because when you read the label to that, you'll be reading it and it's like, oh, this sounds good, this sounds good, this sounds good. And then bingo, it'll say natural flavors. Natural flavors, when you see natural flavors on anything, that can be over 100 different types of chemicals, or probably more than that, which has, emulsifiers and different chemicals and this flavor enhancer and this and that. And those are all just terrible. Your body doesn't know what to do with it, and it really messes you up. You might notice sometimes after you eat, within an hour or something, you might feel weird, or you're just, you don't feel, you feel okay, but you're just not right. So, look out for all this stuff. Start cooking at home more, cooking from scratch, making a lot at the beginning of the week where you have food for the rest of the week. These little things, ferment some stuff so you can use that as a little side dish, with some of your meals, and just prepare, because we really need to start taking care of ourselves. We talk about, maybe getting out and putting your feet in the grass, reading a book, grounding, getting rid of that electromagnetic that frequency, letting our bodies, be in tune with nature and with the earth, letting go of all that stuff. And then it helps with your inflammation, eating good grass-fed meats and poultry and good fats. Those things are so important. Good vegetables.
They're so cute. They want to know how my clothes are so white. Y'all, this shirt is funky. It's got dirt all over it, ground into it. It's just the camera. Like when you go buy something and you see the thing on the phone and it looks so good, and you go there and it's like, yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good, but not as good as this picture. It's just the way the cameras are.
Picture, yeah.
I mean, this
shirt, he's got stains all over.
This shirt's all dirt everywhere and stainy. I mean,
some of my stuff's got holes in my shirt. Yeah, and then he has his favorite shirts that look terrible that I want to rip up and throw away.
She tries to hide them from me.
Well, I do sometimes throw them away, but they get terrible.
How much salt do you make, Soleil? I just got my Redmond's real salt.
So like in a pint jar, you can put 5 tablespoons of salt in it, fill it up with water, just shake it up, put it on your counter in the morning. Like if you did it at night, in the morning, it'll all be dissolved except for a little bit at the bottom. And then you don't ever have to shake it or do anything again. You're just going to give yourself a little shot, or put a teaspoon in a glass of water. If it's too salty for you, put more water in it, or put it in a bigger drink to go, one of your portable drink dispensers that you take with you whenever you go places, and then just drink it.
Yeah, Roberto, we talked about that it might not be the red letters, it might be the leaning letters, the italicized letters. Those are added into your scriptures. And some of them are when Jesus was talking, by the way. So I'm right. I just was wrong on the color versus the italicized. But you can go look it up. And that's what we always say. Trust but verify. Please don't believe anything that we tell you.
Yeah, maybe the thing you were reading was red and italicized. That's why you're thinking that. Oh yeah, Grammy Lauren squash pancakes with a dash of cinnamon. Oh gosh, that sounds amazing. Definitely. Yeah, you can make with your squash. I wasn't even going there, but you can do like zucchini bread, squash. You can make tons of stuff. You can even do squash. You can make a pie. If you put enough, sweetener in there, some honey, maple syrup, it'd be really good. Make muffins, bread.
Neem oil's good on plants. We use them on our apple tree.
Neem oil's good for your mouth too.
Yeah.
Your teeth.
And then if you guys are also just showing up, Stacy's has a pre-sale on for her book. It's called... Now go back earlier in the video. She's giving me kudos for remembering the name of the book. Give us a thumbs up for that funny business.
What's the name of it? I don't remember. What is it?
Some old time what?
Oh, Stacy's old time remedies and for health and body.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, stop the madness.
I was like a deer in the headlights.
She froze up, y'all. Oh, Mama's back with more food. So you can get a copy of that. We have that. They're inside of there. We have inside of the birdhouse thing.
No,
I don't know where she went. We'll have to find her in a minute.
Oh, Darren wants to know, can you ferment sweet potatoes? A long time ago, I did a video on fermented sweet potatoes. They're really good. Really good. I give that a big thumbs up.
So you guys can pre-order Stacy's book, and it should be out in your mailbox before the end of the year. That's all I can tell you. So she's working on it now. It's going to take a minute for them to print it up, and then we'll get it out the door to you guys. And if you guys order anything else with it, I'll ship that out first. But, you know, the pre-order stuff's just going to wait till it gets brought in, right? And everyone who drinks the Soleil, everyone, I've gotten so many, I haven't told you, but I get so many emails, and people go back to that video. It's the one that says, my wife said to drink this video. Type that in, Off-Grid Doug. My wife said to drink this, Off-Grid Doug. And we'll show you how to make the Soleil. Read the comments under the video. People are coming back after a long time saying, man, I've been doing the Soleil. Man, my skin feels good. My hair feels good. My body feels good. I'm hydrated. You know, just like on and on with all the testimonies. So you can read them in the comment section for yourself. Yes, Soleil will help with muscle cramps. Definitely.
Yeah, like if you're doing a big workout, or you're sweating a lot, or if you're out baling hay or something, that would be definitely something you want to put. It was funny the other day, a bunch of the Amish boys were all coming in, and they were all like really hot and sweaty, and they're saying they're getting cramps. I'm like, here.
Yeah.
I gave them a couple little salt shakers. I said, here, you got to put this in your water, or every time you're drinking, put a little bit on the tip of your tongue, and then drink it and all that. And you know, I saw them the other day, and they're like, yeah, I think it's really helping.
For sure. And yeah, the fermented sweet potatoes are in Stacy's fermenting book, which is available on newsstands now. So you can actually get that book right now today.
Now, Shonda just asked, can you ferment salsa using canned tomatoes? So here's the thing. You want to use as fresh as possible. You don't want it already cooked. The canned tomatoes have already been cooked and destroyed of any stuff. So I would use fresh, because you know, everything you're going to, you know, ferment, it all has its own little happy family of little microorganisms. So you want to use fresh. And then other thing you don't want to do, people ask a lot, is can you do frozen? And it'll change the molecular structure and all that of it. So I wouldn't probably do that either.
And then Josh is wanting to know why they have a P65 cancer warning on the bentonite clay, because California is packed full of... That's all.
Oh, Bianco, can you plant beets in the summer for fall? Yeah, later in summer, you can go ahead and plant them again, of course. Are you growing any watermelons? Yes, I really like, for Doug and I like the Crimson Sweet. That's my favorite one. It's just a nicer size.
Of course you're addicted to Coca-Cola. I mean, of course you are. They want you addicted to it, so they put all the chemicals in it to make you addicted.
And you know what? If you stop drinking that, honestly, you know what could happen to your health? You would probably turn around and be like the healthiest you could ever imagine.
No, Minnie, you do not cook anything that you ferment. Fermenting is for raw food, and it's to keep all the enzymes and stuff healthy. When you cook it, you kill it. And
then what happens is it also helps, it breaks it down too, so it's easier to digest and absorb in the body. And then I was just looking, that's what I was going to talk about too. So thank you. Someone was talking about the hornworms using borage. I grow borage over here. Borage is wonderful to get rid of hornworms. The other things that you can add when you are with your tomato plants, put them by dill. You can put them by marigolds. You know, all these little things are companion plants that attract other bugs towards them, and it will stay away from your tomatoes. But borage is great, because it's so funny. Many years ago, I had read that, and I had some borage, and then I put my tomato plants, and then across the way I had another tomato plant that I don't do anything, didn't put anything by it. And it's funny how that's where the hornworms go to, and they wouldn't bother the other ones where I have a lot of dill. Like this bed over here, I have a lot of dill and my borage, and the tomatoes are always rocking over there. So it's crazy.
And you guys don't need a lot of space to plant this food and grow food, man. We grow a lot of food in these raised beds, a lot of food.
And see, here's the other thing: you don't just plant your stuff in your raised bed. you know, and then that's it and you're done. So like I've harvested, you know, like over here, I had the sugar snap peas on the trellis. So when I harvest all those, then from there, now I'm doing some, you know, pole beans. I replanted there, so they're little right now. And then I took my beets out at the end, and then I went ahead and I planted some, I had grown some Thai basil and some more basil down there. And so I'm just constantly, where I get a hole and I harvest someplace, I put something in place of it. So I'm constantly having things going.
Succession planting, they call it.
Yes and no. But yeah, because like if I was doing like carrots and then I take them out and I plant more carrots, you know, every few weeks, yes, but I'm planting maybe something different too.
It's still succession planting. You just don't plant and just say, okay, I'm done. I mean, we even teach the Amish that you can grow in the fall. Some of them don't even bother.
None of them do it. I'm like, why aren't you guys growing? That would, honestly, if I could pick, I probably would just grow and do a fall garden if I had to pick between the two, because the weather's so good and you can grow so much.
And you guys, you know, you can grow 90-day turnaround food. What were you just talking about? You were just asking me about how much time we had left to grow something, and you were like, 90 days. No, I can do it. You said it would be done in August, September. You were going to plant it.
I can't remember. I don't remember.
So you just don't worry about like your zones and all this stuff. If you get the heat and the sun, go for it.
Yeah, and you can see how much time you have left. You know, you can do potatoes again. You know, you can do your corn. You know, there's a lot of stuff. You know, if you're not sure, look it up and ask. But you can definitely keep planning and keep planning. Minnie wants to know, do you cook the beets before you ferment them? No, they're going to be totally...
Yeah, totally raw.
So here,
fermenting is all raw.
I'm going to rinse them off. I'll peel the skin off of them.
You don't cook it after you ferment them either.
And then on these, I'm going to cut them in very small little chunks. And then I'm going to put them in the jar with some, you know, a few cloves of garlic. And then all I'll do is do my salt water, my brine, and pour over it, and then put my fermenting lid on and let it set out 10 to 14 days. And then they're going to taste, you know, kind of tart, like a pickle. They'll kind of taste like a pickled beet. But I have not heated it up. I haven't destroyed any of the enzymes. It's going to keep all the nutrition. It'll enhance the nutrition of it. It's going to be easier to digest. And then you're going to get the probiotic effect, which will help you go to the bathroom. It's just going to help your immune system. It's just amazing. And beets are great. The juice is wonderful. It's, you know, that beautiful dark red, and you can put it in your salads or just like do a shot. You know, you can do a shot of the juice. So it's great. Love the beets.
Katahdin and Dorper crosses are fine if you're into it. That helps them put on the meat a little better. I don't have a problem with them putting on the meat, so I don't like crossing mine. But no problem with that. Stacy, do your lettuces in their own bed? Yeah, we have.
So I mix everything up. So I'll have like, what do I got back here?
That's what we said.
Yeah, I have like, you know, quite a few heads here mixed in with, you know, what do I got over here? Some beets and some kale. I just mix everything up, and I just see what works and what doesn't work. I try to companion plant the best I can. It's sort of just like a big experiment. If I have my lamb's quarter grows up in there, I let it go because I'm going to use it for something. I like to dehydrate it. I'm looking around here. Like over here, I got peppers, and I got red romaine, and I got...
We don't know where you're at,
radishes.
Joy. Where are you at, Joy? We can probably help you if we know where you are. You might be able to put in your tomatoes, even though it's been cool at night and you're kind of behind the 8 ball there a little bit, but it depends on where you are.
Yeah, depending where you are, if you have enough days, you definitely...
It's got to be hot. They like that heat.
Yeah.
That's why it's good if you have a high tunnel like that one back there, you can grow those tomatoes. You get a real early start on those bad boys. A lot of the Amish do that. They call them hothouse tomatoes.
I just saw someone that had clogged ears. Honestly, you guys, doing like downward dog, like you do in yoga, going upside down and breathing in the nose and out your mouth could definitely help.
Put your Soleil just on your countertop. That's fine. Just anywhere out of the direct sunlight, you know, just hanging out. What is the big plant? Oh, we have sunflowers there. Is that what it is? Yeah. Next to you.
I got lots of big sunflowers.
We use sunflowers as trellises. Mm-hmm. We use them for the seed, for the birds, and for us, for sprouting.
You can see these beautiful leaves?
Yeah, you can eat the leaves.
The leaves are great to saute. They're wonderful, very healthy for you. You can get the stalk I did a video on this sunflower. We didn't get very many views on it, and I liked it.
Yeah, y'all didn't get very many views.
Go find my sunflower video.
Just type it in.
It's my favorite
sunflowers off
plant.
Grid Doug.
I have them all over the place. But the stalks are so thick, you can get them. Okay, you get the stalk, and then take the leaves off of it. You can saute the leaves if you want to. And then what you're going to do is cut them in chunks, and then you're going to cut it in half. And then when you open it, you'll be able to scoop kind of like a yellowish white kind of, it's like a filling. It's the inside of it. You don't want the hard, like woody outside part. You scoop it up, you can blend it up, and basically you can turn that into a flower.
Dang, it's 9 o'clock.
So there's so much you can do. The sunflower is very nutritious for you. You know, the petals, you can use them. I know a lot of people fry up even the young flowers, and they're just so cool. I love the way they turn their little heads to the sun. It's just a fascinating plant. And then the cool thing about the roots, they help to detox the soil. They help break up the soil. It's just a beneficial plant. I just love them to death.
Yeah, I've seen them. Go ahead.
However, you have to be very careful. You don't want, it'll mess up certain plants if you put them in with them. So you have to be careful. A lot of times it's good. Like I have a lot of mine on the ground, and I don't have them in with the plants because it can kind of have a problem and cause them to stunt their growth. So you have to be careful with that. I can't read from that far away. Oh, chee 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 chee. The guineas, there's the guinea sound.
Ole. Well, we're gonna blow out, y'all. It's getting dark. Actually, we got our best picture going on right now, and there's hardly no sun out there.
How does that work?
Because when that sun's trying to reflect off all that garbage they're spraying up there, that's what causes all the reflections, and so that's what causes it to be kind of hazy. And now because the sun's cracked over the horizon because it's flat Earth, then now you don't have any of that reflection going on. So look at our picture, as clear as a bell. Look at that.
Wow. It is.
So in closing, here's what we're going to recap. So the recap is Stacy blew it on the barefoot microgreens.
I did okay. I didn't do it. The chickens or guineas did it.
Oh yeah, right. The dog ate my homework.
Yeah.
So she's redoing them. We'll show you how they look, but you can do barefoot microgreens. It's good stuff. We talked about beets and how you can eat the greens, and we showed you our big beets that we grew in our garden.
They're the best fermented.
Fermented beets are the bomb. She has a fermenting book if you want to get it. We talked about the pre-sale of Stacy's book is out. It's called
Stacy's Old-Fashioned Remedies for what?
Health and Body.
Yes.
So you guys can pick up that. It's going to be a while.
We changed the name like a million times. That's why I'm being weird about it.
The cover could change. Anything could change, but the information won't change because it's solid. And then we also talked about the italicized letters in the Bible are additions. They're not there on, they're there by insert to sway you. Not the red letters. I might have been mistaken there. And we talked about the military action going on. There's a lot of people are posting that on the web. I'm calling BS. I looked at some of the stuff. It looked like foreign writing on the wall, signs and stuff. One other one was like a Chinook was coming into town in California, but that's because the vice president was going to be there. Blah, 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 blah. So just keep your head on a swivel. Stay vigilant. Get your preps on. Be prepared for anything, right? Be prepared for the worst and hope for the best. That's what you do, man. That's how you manage. And I just think about through history, even though it's all been lied to us. But I just think about the people that were growing food and had their head down. They managed. Not all of them, but a large portion of them. The ones that were in the city and had little skills or abilities, they didn't do so hot. So I just kind of lean on that, you know what I mean? And a lot of those people were able to leave and get to the country where the country folks helped them out. So.
And make sure you're getting books.
Yes, books. We talked about that too. We talked about books. We talked about them scrubbing information. We have doctors saying that they're actually deleting journals, medical journals. Okay. We talked about the CDC. You know, they're getting rid of all the people that had any involvement to do with COVID. The TV people, anybody that they propped up in front of you are gone now. If you notice, Don Lemon and all those guys are all gone now. Anybody on their team and anybody ever here over there, they're all gone. They're trying to change history on you, and hopefully you're going to forget. Oh my goodness. So, man, we talked about a lot of stuff. We dropped some nuggets in here, so make sure you go back and check it out. And always trust but verify. And we're going to be speaking at the
Wise Traditions
Conference held by the Weston Price Foundation. Stacy and I are going to be keeping company with doctors and so forth. The information that we'll be dropping at that place could be life-changing, literally life-changing. And that's in Kansas City. You can get a ticket at offgridwithdougandstacy.com in the events tab.
And do something for yourself. You know, start taking care of yourself. Stop drinking Coca-Cola and any soda. Soda is poison. It's going to kill you. And if it doesn't kill you when you're 20 years old,
it's killing you right now.
You will start having problems. It is
so
bad.
Right,
your body is not made for that. It's sort of like, you know, people take good care of their car and put good oil and good gas into it. I mean, you're putting the worst thing you could put into your body. Your body is freaking out when it goes in there. So start making little changes and start getting healthier. You guys can do it.
That's what y'all, you know, I know, right? Like Doug's a little hard to handle sometimes.
Yeah, aren't you?
But this is a plan. I'm telling you guys, like they don't give a rip about you. Like you're just a worker bee. You know, just think about the beehive, right? The drones are just the worker bees and no one gives a rip about them. They die off every year. But they do all the work and they make the queen happy and everyone's happy because of them. It's the same way they set us up this way, the Rockefellers and the Vanderbilts. You can look this stuff up. And they developed the schools and they stole the medical system and everything is designed to keep you sick, dumb, and stupid. So they can be rich and rule over you. And it's all happening right now in warp speed with this corporate takeover of our country, with these sellout politicians who are just taking money. The bartender, Cortez in New York, literally a bartender is now in Congress. She's a senator. And she's worth like $200 million. Okay? I mean, it's a hot mess, and we're unfortunately are going to be the ones that have to pay the piper. And like I've been explaining to you guys, those rich people like Alexandria Cortez can afford $20 a gallon for gas. She can afford $100 a loaf for bread. You understand what I'm telling you with $20 million? But you can't.
And the other thing too, we're talking about other things, is make sure you guys are having flashlights, you know, headlamps. Those things are so important. Make sure that you have some candles. Make sure that you have, you know, some way that you can light your home just in case you don't have electricity. I mean, we keep talking to you guys about this stuff. You just make sure you have all these little preps that you need. You may not be able to go anywhere for months. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? So just to be prepared.
And on that, we're going to wrap it up.
We're going to wrap it up.
We're going to wrap it up. I'll take it. Wrap it up. I'll take it. Who sang that? Well, I've been watching you for so long, baby.
Oh, Boston Rock says, yes, it's italicized words have been added to the Bible.
I know, man. I mean, you know, I might have been wrong with the red. I'm always trying to give you the good information. You might need to fine tune it just a touch. You know, I'm working off memory. Like I was heavy into that 13 years ago. So it's been a while that I've talked about that, actually, to be honest with you. So I just remember, I know that I studied this deep hardcore, man, and that Bible, you know, it's got some stuff going on in it. And,
oh, you know what?
Hey, on the way out the door.
Well, I want to say one thing too.
Go ahead. You say yours first.
So here's the thing. If anyone's growing any broccoli or cauliflower, don't forget to eat the leaves. They're very, very, very nutritious. So, you know, you can saute them. They're really, really healthy for you. So don't forget to eat those. A lot of people just throw them away, or I give them, you know, you can give them your animals and stuff, but definitely they're wonderful. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Now, this might be a little sour for some of you guys. And sometimes I say things that you might not want to hear. And I don't do good with itchy ears. You know, all that stuff. So there's my preference there. But what was I going to say?
I don't know. I guess it's not that important. We'll say goodbye. I'm afraid what you're going to say. See you later.
Oh, I was going to say, and I know that, like, you know, if I wanted to learn about Hebrews and the Israelites, and even like Jesus was Jewish, why would I go to the Greeks? Come on. Paul was Jewish, right? Why are we doing stuff from the Greek point of view? So Larry, I'll just end that on for tonight's
and
talk.
Then Grand T says, are root canals dangerous? Yes.
Yes. Anything cut, slash, and burn is pretty dangerous. And every time you get some stuff like that, it's pretty dangerous. All right, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Man, that was action-packed, boy. Get your book. Get it while it's hot. Appreciate all the love and support.